Welcome to the English 101 video for Professor Stewart's observational study assignment. In this video, you will define an observational study in the context of English 101 and use OneSearch to find the social and cultural norms during the time of your chosen film. If you have any questions about this assignment, please visit the English 101 Canvas course or ask your professor. First, let's define an observational study. An observational study describes the observation of people, places, and/or events and analyzes that observational data collected in order to identify and categorize common themes in relation to the research problem. Observational studies are attempts at a structured observation of and reflection about people in a natural, cultural setting. This means, as the researcher, you will interpret meanings found in the data during your observations and make content. In this case, you will watch a film, draw conclusions, and create a report that you will submit to your professor. Observational reports also help you learn data collection techniques and observational skills. They also teach you how to apply theories you read about in real-world situations. Now that we know what an observational study is and what our report will help us learn, we can start looking for sources to explain the social and cultural norms of our chosen film. Remember that you should choose a teen slasher film released between 1978 and 2022. This film should be related to or cited in Pat Gill's article from class. For our example in this video, we will use the movie Psycho, a slasher film produced in 1960. Warning, we are only using this film for this video. You will need to follow the assignment directions for your own report. In option 1, 2, 3, and 5 of this assignment, you are asked to research about the cultural norms and traditional values of the time period of the film. For our example movie Psycho, that means researching the 1960s. We will start at the library website, glendale.edu/library. On the library homepage, there is a red box called OneSearch. OneSearch is a tool to locate the library's physical resources and most of our online resources in one place. We can use OneSearch to find scholarly articles, books, and other sources about the 1960s time period. A quick break before we go to OneSearch to discuss how we can search words using an online tool. Search boxes like OneSearch and even Google give the best results when we tell it exactly what we need. We use connecting words called boolean operators to make our requests more clear. Boolean operators tell the tool what to do with our search terms. The operator "and" tells the tool to put our terms together in one result. It works best for ideas you want to find together to get less options. The operator "or" tells the tool that we don't know what the best word is yet, so give us results that include any of these words. It works best to get more options. We're going to use some operators in our time period search in OneSearch. In order to search for sources using time periods in OneSearch, you'll want to use a variety of strategies that indicate time. For example, for the time period of 1960 to 1970, when the Psycho film was released, we can use the search term in numbers like 1, 9, 6, and 0. We can also use the word 1960s or spell out the number in letters as a decade. Some time periods have special names, like the 2000s, which were also called the early aughts or aughts. If you want to learn other words for specific time periods, use Wikipedia to search for that time. In our case, we can use 1960s or 6Ts or 1960S or 60S for our time period. Again, using the operator OR tells the OneSearch tool to give us results that use any of the words we input because we don't know what word is best. Okay, so now we know a few words and operators for our time period. So now let's use OneSearch. We need to use terms that relate to social contexts and norms. We can use terms like society, culture, and community. We will start with the word society. That brings our terms to 1960s or 6Ts or 1960S or 60S and society. The operator AND tells OneSearch to put our terms together in one result. We also want to make sure we put a location on this, as our film was made in the United States for an American audience. We can use the term United States in our box as well. The operator AND tells OneSearch to put our terms together in one result. To search for sources about society in the 1960s in the United States, we will use these terms in OneSearch: 1960s or 6Ts or 1960S or 60S and society and United States. Select the magnifying glass icon to search for sources in OneSearch. Here's our list. In our list of results, OneSearch tells us what the source type is, the title of the source, and how to find the source in the library or online. Let's look at a book in our results list. This book is called Generation on Fire: Voices of Protest from the 1960s and Oral History by Jeff Kisseloff. The title sounds like it should cover the 1960s to some degree, but we can look at the summary in the source article to see if they actually talk about our time period. It looks like this book talks a lot about the culture and social activity in the 1960s. You can read the book online by selecting the link under View Online. If you are off campus, you will need to log in using your Canvas username and password to view the book. If you like this book and decide to use it as a source in your observational report, you can use the citation tool at the top of the page to get the APA citation. Remember to check your citation against the APA style guide. Let's go back to the results list. You can also find a scholarly article in our list. To view only scholarly, peer-reviewed articles in our list, select the Peer-Reviewed Articles filter under Limit 2 on the left side of your page. Then select Apply Filters to take out any sources that are not peer-reviewed articles. We can select the title of one of our results. If I Could Drive You Out of Your Mind: Anti-Rationalism and the Celebration of Madness in 1960s Counterculture by Megan Warner Metler. To check if this article will help us understand the social and cultural atmosphere of the 1960s. In the source record, you can read the summary to get a sense of what this article is about. Don't waste your time reading it if it's not related to your research. We know that Psycho the movie does indicate that the murderer, spoiler alert, has some clear mental health issues. This article may be a good one to explore how some people in the 1960s saw madness as a challenge to polite society. We can read this article in full by selecting one of the links under the View Online heading. We can also cite this article in APA using the citation tool at the top of the page. Hopefully this video helped you define an observational study in the context of your English 101 class and explained how to find cultural and social context sources in the library. Remember to use different versions of your time period for your research. Use operators to tell the tool what you need, and cite your sources. If you need help, contact the GCC library in person, by phone, or online via email and chat. You can also make a research appointment with us during library hours.